The focus of the first season is mainly building back up the Fallen Princess Alliance. It's a good plot to focus on, as it means we get to hop around and visit places and flesh out the setting a bit more and meet new characters, all in a way that makes sense. Yet I'm a bit on the fence about exploring the setting aspect of that, and I'll get into that next episode. The gang is heading out to Selenius, this coastal kingdom with a barrier against Horde naval strength.
Anyone approaching Bright Moon by sea needs to pass through the Selenius Sea Gate.
To recruit the princess there, hence why they head off to find a ship captain.
This is so cool! Everyone here looks like a real pirate!
We get so little about Bo. Why does he like pirates so much? What is up with his character? I wish we got so much more about one of our main three.
Told you're a sea captain?
I am the one and only Seahawk. I once ran the 50-click Gale Breath Gauntlet in less than 20 clicks.
Now on to Seahawk. He's boastful, makes the Han Solo references, blows a lot of smoke. I mean, they get him as a ride to Selenius because Adora exploited his overconfidence and beat him in arm wrestling. But he did beat this guy, so I guess there's room for doubt in him being as capable as he claims. This show does character introductions and their interactions extremely well, and everybody doubting him but the pirate-loving Bo,
Your name is Seahawk? That's the coolest name I've ever heard!
who definitely has personal bias. He's designed to get us questioning this man's confidence and looking at him with a more critical eye, which is a pretty decent way of getting us interested in this character who's going to be with us for the rest of the episode.
I'm giving you one more chance to bring her back.
Didn't Hordak just order you to stop going after Adora?
Why is Catra saying this? She seems very much on board with the idea of bringing Adora back last episode, and later in this one, so why does Catra seem so casual about getting a chance to go after Adora?
You won't be going alone. You'll be joined by Force Captain Scorpia.
Now, this is Scorpia,
Kitty! Huh?
Just so you know, I'm a hugger.
a kind extrovert and does get a bit too much into Catra's comfort zone. I enjoy how she's brought in as this stomping and imposing figure, yet immediately dispelled as being far more kind than you would expect, open and willing to assist in any problem one might have, and in many ways is someone Catra really needs right now.
Oh, I noticed your mainsail wasn't secured, so I fixed it.
This is a task that takes years to master.
Okay, so I get Bo being able to do this as he's a simp for pirates, so we can safely assume he's learned a bit about ships and what to do here, in addition to beginner's luck. Yeah, what about Adora?
I unfurled the jib.
Not even a sailor as experienced as me could do that.
How would she know to do anything here? Even if we assume she had naval training with the Horde, their warships seem to move by motorization. Although they have sails, which I don't understand. These hulking metal ships would not be able to move with sails, and that's not fact, it's hardcore speculation on my part. So why do Horde ships have sails though? Is it purely aesthetic in nature? Literally cut out the sails and I will have no issues with this design. Also, Seahawk tries to sing at multiple times, and I'm glad they never commit to it, as I have a feeling it would have gotten old so fast. The one time he does is perfectly fine, but my god, do I know it would have gotten dull and repetitive if he just kept singing all the time. Glimmer also takes Seahawk's map and is somehow able to use it over open ocean. I mean, Seahawk seeing them as a capable group unable to be impressed by his boasts and achievements is a serious part of his character in this episode, yet it only partially makes sense with what they do. Like, he intentionally brings them off the beaten path so we can fight a sea monster.
The Serpent of the Sea. I knew he'd be lurking in these waters.
But of course, Adora just uses She-ra to deal with it. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not bad characterization we get, but the build-up to what we see later on only makes half sense here, as I just mentioned.
I need this mission to go right, or my mom will never give me another one!
Yeah, more mentions from Glimmer on how she thinks her own mother believes little in her. Angela keeps sending her daughter out with rules, and yet Glimmer keeps breaking them, and yet Angela still goes easy on her. I mean, at the end of the last episode, we got her saying that 1 week's grounding she got for fighting in Plumeria was tame compared to all the times before. Angela doesn't think little of her daughter, yet she doesn't take the time to explain to Glimmer why she does the things that she does, and Glimmer also doesn't try to express her feelings with her own mother. A sheer lack of communication between mother and daughter has fostered some unfortunate thoughts in Glimmer, and is definitely not helped by Angela.
Why have we stopped?
The sea gate is blocking our path.
Oh, Shadow Weaver didn't bother to mention that there was a massive gate?
Wait, didn't you learn about the Selenius Sea Gate in Force Captain orientation?
There's a Force Captain orientation?
So Catra actually wanted to be a force captain, but we'll see more of her not really getting what the role is about and having to learn it. It's like a mini character arc, and well, you'll see. Catra will fall on her face, and I appreciate her not being completely amazing at being in a command position and having to struggle to get somewhere in it.
Where is everyone?
Why is Selenius undermanned here? Even if you factor in the fact that people have left, where is the Navy? The Sea Gate is a barrier that keeps the Horde from accessing the open ocean, yet what is even the threat Selenius poses to the Horde? I'm looking at this place and wondering why Mermissa doesn't have a blockade set up to hold this place. Where are the defensive batteries on the cliff next to the Sea Gate to shoot at any incoming vessel? Actually, Seahawks, as well as every other naval ship we see, has no cannons or any other projectile weaponry. Is Selenius' entire naval strategy just boarding actions? The more I think about it, the more I wonder why the Horde hasn't just rolled up and have people blown off the sides to the gate. I mean, the Great Wall of China was a good defensive measure, but only when it was properly manned. A wall with no offensive measures is about as useful as the speed limit sign on an American freeway. The fact this barrier exists mean I can understand why Selenius hasn't been taken, unlike Plumeria, yet they don't do enough visually to explain why the Horde hasn't been able to just blow through the gate.
Tell her Seahawk is with them. She'll be excited to see me. I know the Princess Mermista, and I do. Excited to see my dearest Mermista, as I know she is to see me.
Ew, who let them back in here?
Okay, Mermista is my favorite character because she is such a mood. And this joke about Seahawk knowing and being close to Mermista was not too in your face and concealed just enough for the joke to suddenly arrive and land.
And that time you set our gondola on fire in the Tunnel of Love.
Does Seahawk have a fetish for lighting boats on fire?
What happened to the Dragon's Daughters 1 and 2?
I set them on fire.
I mean, that's a running theme with this guy, and later on we even learned that he set other people's boats on fire as well. And I can only explain it as he gets aroused by the action. I mean, he and Mermista were going through the Tunnel of Love, presumably on a date, yet he lit that on fire too. Perhaps because he thought that would help the mood?
Everybody fled because the gate is falling apart or whatever. It's just kind of inconvenient because the Horde won't stop attacking us.
It didn't look like the Horde was hitting this place, no blast marks or ship bits in the water. So Mermista's issue is that the Sea Gate is failing and Adora is gonna fix it somehow. And that's how they're gonna get her to join the Princess Alliance.
Are you leaving without us?
I'm only getting in your way. It's time for old Seahawk to be where he belongs. Alone. Where I'm from, I had friends. A crew. The fact that I kept setting my boats on fire was considered charming.
See, this is what I mean when I said I like the characterization. It's not just for him, but it's also Glimmer.
I know a little about that. I can't get anyone to take me seriously either.
She gets validations not just from Bo.
My mom is right. I'm not ready for this yet.
I'm sorry your mom doesn't see how strong you are, but that's her loss.
But now from Seahawk, that she's not someone to be sheltered and dotted on. Yet, as I've said, a lot of the issues is not Angela's overprotectiveness, but a sheer lack of communication between the two, which has led Glimmer to interpret Angela's actions incorrectly and getting support for an issue that doesn't truly exist, and it's unfortunate.
Adora?
And, well, Catra rolls up and just hits the gate, and her plan just seems to be to roll up in one warship and open fire against a kingdom whose main thing is being a naval power. It's likely she didn't even consider this and then fully commits once she notices Adora there. Oh yeah, her mission is to nab Adora, yet Catra didn't even know she was there until seconds after the attack began.
Seems like only yesterday this was the thing you wanted most in the world. And now you're... Ugh! Come on, Adora. Hasn't this all gone on long enough?
Catra is really trying to grasp what's up with Adora here. Still having trouble understanding what the rebels have that the Horde doesn't.
Catra, I'm not going back!
Catra really besieges the culprit and tries to belittle Adora for it, and lashing out with violence. Catra does not know how to deal with things in a healthy manner. She totaled Adora's bed and zapped her in the back in Thamor. All this to subtly telegraph that Catra has had a horrible upbringing And it's always one's childhood that brings on stuff like this, combined with her complete misunderstanding on Adora, and assuming she wanted certain things to change sides. Now, just to be clear, I'm not here to give excuses for Katja, but to explain the story that's being told for her. She does not know how to handle the emotions she's feeling, and her only supportive figure in life is gone.
Should think about joining Glimmer's Princess Alliance. She is sure to lead the rebellion to victory.
This extreme confidence in Glimmer's abilities, while somewhat justified, is still based in validating against a non-existing issue, and trust me, it's gonna come back to haunt everyone later.
Okay, I'm in.
Really?
Yeah, your friend over there can turn into a like 8-foot-tall lady with a sword, and I want her on my side.
Mermista's full reasonings are good, but that line is what solidified me in liking her character.
They're coming right for the gate!
She is such a mood, and I always find her lines amusing. So that was episode 5 of Overanalyzing She-ra. If you like this video and want to see more, then hit that thumbs up and the subscribe button, then bell to get notifications about the next episode. Please share, as I will try to be updating this series every Thursday. And please consider checking out my channel for my video essays and music analysis videos.